Vrinda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 20. We heard yesterday that Dushmanta, one of the descendants in the Puru dynasty, he's come to the ashram of Kanva Muni. There he's met Shakuntala, the daughter of Vishwamitra and Menka, and she's receiving him cordially. He's attracted to her and he's speaking to her. So continuing, Shri Dushmanto Vacha.
Shri Dushmanta Vacha.
Upapanam idam subru.
Upapanam idam subhu.
Jataya kushikanya kanvaye.
Jataya
Kushikan Bhavye.
Swayam hi vrinute ragyam.
Swayam
Vrinute Ragyam.
Kanyaka sadrashambaram.
Kanyaka Satrisham Varam.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. King Dushmanta replied, O Shakuntala, with beautiful eyebrows, you have taken your birth in the family of the great saint Vishwamitra, and your reception is quite worthy of your family. Aside from this, the daughters of a king generally select their own husbands. In her reception of Maharaj Dushmanta, Shakuntala clearly said, Your Majesty may stay here, and you may accept whatever reception I can offer. Thus she indicated that she wanted Maharaj Dushmanta as her husband. As far as Maharaj Dushmanta was concerned, he desired Shakuntala as his wife from the very beginning, as soon as he saw her. So the agreement to unite as husband and wife was natural. To induce Shakuntala to accept the marriage, Maharaj Dushmanta reminded her that as the daughter of a king, she could select her husband in an open assembly. You know, like the Swayamvar. Before they used to have the Swayamvar, the princess could choose. Of course, you know, if she was like qualified and the people who are invited were also like worthy to be chosen, and then she would select from that. We hear Draupadi had Swayamvar, but hers was like there was a test to pierce the fish. So, in the history
Sita
of Aryan
Mata also had, no? Sita
Who?
Mata also.
Yeah, Sita Mata also had. Yeah, that's right.
But here Vishwamitra, he's a rishi, right?
Yeah, he's a
So I'm
rishi.
just wondering, like, even in that
He's
case, even she can choose. She's not from the
well,
king.
we could see it in few ways. Vishwamitra, his father is a king, so he was coming in that king's dynasty.
Okay.
And another way we can see is that Dushmanta really is attracted to Shakuntala and he wants to marry her.
Maria, yeah.
You know, so that's another way to see it too. So he's saying, you know, you can choose your own husband. Yeah. Okay.
Hare
So in the
Krishna.
history, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Vishwamitra was the son of King Gati, right? The Renuka.
Gadi. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Gadi,
because
yeah.
he was Kshatriya, so in that way, actually, the daughter of King the wife of King Gadi, Renuka, he exchanged the pot, right? We
That's
read
right.
last
Yeah,
time. So yeah.
that's right.
So by the process, Vishwamitra was Brahmana, but because he took birth at the Kshatriya family, so he became king, right?
He was a Kshatriya, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know
he
if he
was a
actually
Kshatriya.
became king at any
King,
time.
yeah, yeah. Oh no, not
Yeah,
king, but he was
but yeah,
Kshatriya. Yeah, yeah,
Kshatriya by birth. Yeah, by
yeah.
birth he was a
But
Kshatriya.
his like inner thought was just to match with
Brahmanical.
yeah, Brahmanical. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, mm.
yeah. So in the history of Aryan civilization, there have been many instances in which famous princesses have selected their husbands in open competitions. For example, it was in such a competition that Sita Devi accepted Lord Ramachandra as her husband, and Draupadi accepted Arjuna. And there are many other instances. So, marriage by agreement or by selecting one's own husband in an open competition is allowed. There are 8 kinds of marriage, in which marriage by agreement is called Gandharva marriage. Generally, the parents select the husband or wife for their daughter or son. But Gandharva marriage takes place by personal selection. So, like love marriage, kind of, right? Okay. So, still, although marriage by proposal selection or by agreement took place in the past, we find no such thing as divorce by disagreement. So, even though they would personally choose, okay, I want to marry this one, so that becomes Gandharva marriage, but there was no divorce. So, they could be separated if really cannot get along or too much differences or there's some problem. So they could be separated, but divorce was never there in the Vedic society. Of course, divorce by disagreement took place among low class men, but marriage by agreement was found even in the very highest classes, especially in the royal Kshatriya families. Maharaj Dushmanta's acceptance of Shakuntala as his wife was sanctioned by Vedic culture. How the marriage took place is described in the next verse. Om iti ukte yatha dharmam
Om iti
Om iti
ukte
ukte
yatha
yatha
dharmam
dharmam
upayeme shakuntalam
upayeme
yeme
shakuntalam
shakuntalam
Gandharva Vidina Raja
Gandharva
Gandharva Vidina Raja
Desha Kala Vidanavid.
Desha
Desha
Kala Vidhana
Vidanavi
When Shakuntala responded to Maharaj Dushmanta's proposal with silence, the agreement was complete. Then the king, who knew the laws of marriage, immediately married her by chanting the Vedic Pranava Omkar in accordance with the marriage ceremony as performed among the Gandharvas. The Omkar Pranava is the Supreme Personality of Godhead represented by letters. Bhagavad Gita says that the letters AUM combined together as Om represent the Supreme Lord. So Krishna says this in the Bhagavad Gita, right? Om, I am Om. Om is referring to me. Religious principles are meant to invoke the blessings and mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who says in Bhagavad Gita that he is personally present in sexual desires that are not contrary to religious principles. So Krishna says uh, that uh, he is the sex desire for begetting a child. The word Vidina means according to religious principles. The association of men and women according to religious principles is allowed in the Vedic culture. In our Krishna consciousness movement, we allow marriage on the basis of religious principles, but the sexual combination of men and women as friends is irreligious and is not allowed. Okay, so marriage. And now Dushmanta is marrying her by chanting Om. Amoga Viryo Rajarashir
Amoga
Rajarshi
Mahishyam Viryam Adade
Mahisham Viryam Adade
Shvobhute Swapuram Yataha
Shrobhute
Bhute Swapuram Yatah
Kalin Asuta Sakusutam.
Kalena Sutata
Asutta
Sutam
King Dushmanta, who never discharged semen without a result, placed his semen at night in the womb of his queen Shakuntala. And the morning he returned to his palace. Thereafter, in due course of time, Shakuntala gave birth to a son. So he married her, he stayed with her in the night, and in the morning he's gone back home. And then, of course, Shakuntala, she gets a son. Kanva Kumarasya Vane
Kanvaha
Kumarasya
Kumarasya
Vane
Chakre Samuchita Kriyaha
Chakre
Chakre
Samuchita Kriya
Samuditaha Kriyaha
Badva Mrigendram Tarasa
Baddhava
Padvamrikendram
Mrigandratarasa
Tarasa
Kridati Sma Sabalakaha.
Kridati
Vidati Smasabal Balaka
In the forest, Kanva Muni performed all the ritualistic ceremonies concerning the newborn child. Later, the boy became so powerful that he would capture a lion and play with it. Capture a lion and play with it. Tam Duratyaya Vikrantam
Tam
Duratya
Ratyaya
Vikrantam
Vikrantam
Pramadot Adaya Pramadotama
Adaya
Adaya Pramotottama
Harer Ashamsha Sambhutam
Harer
Hare
Amsha
Amsha Sambhuta
Sambhutam
Bhartur Antikam Agamat.
Bhartur Antikam Agamat
Shakuntala, the best of beautiful women, along with her son, whose strength was insurmountable and was a partial expansion of the Supreme Godhead, approached her husband Dushmanta. So the boy has grown up and he is a incarnation, partial expansion of the Lord. And now she's taking Bharat to the palace to meet Dushmanta. Yadana Jagre Raja
Yada na Jagrahe Raja
Raja
Bharya Putra Anindito
Bharya Putrana Vindito
Shanvatam Sarva Bhutanam
Shanvatam
Shanvatam Sarvabhutanam
Sarvabhutanam
Kevag Aha Sharirini.
Kevag Aha Sharirini.
When the king refused to accept his wife and son, who were both irreproachable, an embodied voice spoke from the sky as an omen and was heard by everyone present. Maharaj Dushmanta knew that Shakuntala and the boy were his own wife and son, but because they came from outside and were unknown to the citizens, he at first declined to accept them. Shakuntala, however, was so chaste that an omen from the sky declared the truth so that others could hear. When everyone heard from the omen that Shakuntala and her child were truly the king's wife and son, the king gladly accepted them. So we can see here they are going to the palace, but at first he's refusing to accept them. He knows they are his wife and son, but he's thinking the others don't know, his citizens don't know. So they won't accept them. So, and there's a omen, there's like how they say Akashvani, yeah, a voice coming from the sky saying that yes, the Shakuntala and the child are king's wife and son.
Hare
Mata
Krishna,
Bastra,
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, in the original one, like this is what we are reading, and this is something different. But in the original one, because they were so much involved in loving each other, so he was cursed by Karna Muni. And he was cursed in the way that you will forget the most lovely thing that you are remembering. Whatever you are remembering. Oh, sorry. Shakuntala was cursed because the Muni came and he asked him to do the chores, but then she was so much in deep in remembering Dushmant that Karna Muni said that whatever you are remembering right now, that thing will, that person or whoever it is will forget you. He will not remember you because you're not doing your job or something. And then the king had given one ring to Shakuntala. And then Shakuntala said that, oh, please, please don't do that, Muni, please, please. So then he said, okay. So whenever he will see something that you have given, that is being gifted by him to you, he will remember you. So then the ring that she was wearing, that was given by King Dushmant, somehow when she was doing her work, it fell into the water, and then the fish ate it. And so, like when she went, then the king did not remember that she's my wife and disowned her. And then later, when there was a fisherman, he bought the fish and the fish was cut. And when the ring came out and when the king saw the ring, then he remembered that, oh my God, my wife, Shakuntala, and my son. And then, like, this is what I have read. I'm just telling. Like, not read, but always watched or always saw as an act on a stage. Shakuntala.
Ah,
Yeah.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah. So,
okay. More details that why he actually forgot her like that. Ah, okay. And then he saw the ring and then he remembered her.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So then reading on. Mata Bastra Pitu Putro
Mata Bastra Putro
Yena Jata Sa Eva Saha
Yena
Jatasa
Bharasva Putram Dushmanta
Bharasva Putram Dushmanta
Mava Mava Mam Stata Shakuntalam
Mavam Mamsat
Shakuntala.
Shakuntalam.
The voice said, O Maharaj Dushman, a son actually belongs to his father, whereas the mother is only a container, like the skin of a bellows. According to Vedic injunctions, the father is born as the son. Therefore, maintain your own son and do not insult Shakuntala. So this, the voice which is coming from the sky is continuing to speak. According to the Vedic injunction, Atma Vaiputra Namasi, the father becomes the son. The mother is simply like a storekeeper because the seed of the child is placed in her womb, but it is the father who is responsible for maintaining the son. Father becomes the son. We heard also in Mahabharat, Draupadi, when after Dronacharya was killed, and then Ashwatthama, they wanted to kill Ashwatthama because he had killed her children. She was like, no, let him live. You know, the father lives in the son. And Dronacharya was, after all, our guru. So the Father lives as the Son. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that He is the seed-giving Father of all living entities, aham bija pradapita, and therefore He is responsible for maintaining them. This is also confirmed in the Vedas. Eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. Although God is one, He maintains all living entities with their necessities for life. The living entities in different forms are sons of the Lord, and therefore the Father, the Supreme Lord, supplies them food according to their different bodies. The small ant is supplied a grain of sugar, and the elephant is supplied tons of food, but everyone is able to eat. Therefore, there is no question of overpopulation, because the Father, Krishna, is fully opulent. There is no scarcity of food. And because there is no scarcity, the propaganda of overpopulation is only a myth. Actually, one suffers for want of food when material nature, under the order of the Father, refuses to supply him food. It is the living entity's position that determines whether food will be supplied or not. So Prabhupada is explaining that here the voice is saying that, oh, Bharat, this son Bharat, Dushmanta, this boy Bharat is your son, and it's your duty to protect, to maintain him. And then Prabhupada is saying, Krishna, he is our seed-giving Father. He is our Father, and he is maintaining each and every one of us. He's maintaining an ant. He's maintaining an elephant. He's maintaining us. And all the irregularities that are seen is actually more of our greed instead of that is not being provided by God. In Bhagavad Gita 7.10, the Lord also says, Vijam mam sarva bhutanam. I am the seed of all living entities. A particular type of seed is sown within the earth, and then a particular type of tree or plant comes out. The mother resembles the earth, and when a particular type of seed is sown by the Father, a particular type of body takes birth. So Krishna is our seed-giving Father. He's maintaining us. Mother resembles the earth. That's how the voice is saying Shakuntala is like the container. And because the soul is actually in the semen. And so that's how the child is born. Like how we have sow the seed in the earth. Any comment?
Wow.
No?
Like we sow the seed in the earth, and then the different trees come out. This is also a nice, yeah. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. So,
Mother is always compared to, Prithvi. Like Prithvi is also called our mother, right?
yeah. Yeah, mother, she's providing us. From her womb, she's giving us all this
Mhm.
fruits, vegetables, grains. Yeah. And here, Prabhupada just mentioned the body is made of earth. Also, she's also mother in that way. Body is made of earth. Okay. We'll stop here.
Yeah.
Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.